right, man. So we're gonna jump into this Vinland Saga discussion, right?
Yo, this man Kettle whooped Arnheid like she wanted freedom, bruh. He whooped her ass so badly, you would think that all she wanted to do was to be a free woman and escape with her husband, right? Wild, right? So obviously, if you've been following me, I actually normally like Kettle's character. I understand that he is a slave master, and given the times, like, he is one of the better ones to work for from everything that I've seen. Still a slave owner, but I actually, generally respect his character for the time being. But damn, he whooped that girl so badly. I'm like, yo, yep, still slave owner. Yeah, I'm reminded, right? And it's a nice reminder. Yeah, look at a black guy. I need to be reminded of a slave owner being terrible. Whatever, let's get it out of the way. Anyways, it's a nice reminder, right, of not compromising your values or your principles, right? It's a nice reminder of knowing a predator is still a predator. It don't matter if you got domesticated or not. That is a predator. A lion gonna bite you. You can raise that lion from when it's a cub, and you say, "Oh, this is such a nice lion," but don't ever forget, it's a lion. And if it's hungry and you're the only thing in the area, don't be surprised that this lion wants to rip off your jugular. And that's what we learned with Kettle, because he beat this girl. And I absolutely totally lost any concern, respect, or liking for him. And a lot of the argument is this was normal for the time period, considering what other people would have done. That makes it, what Kettle did look so much better. And I'm looking at y'all funny. And here's why. This is why I'm looking at you guys funny. This is a moment that no matter how good Kettle's character has been up to this point, you gotta let him cook on this one. And almost respectively shut the F up. Let us cook this dude, right? Because today he deserved it. So, you have a great guy. Let's just use 2023. We don't have to even use the argument, oh, you gotta look at the time period. You got a great dude right now, right? He beats up his girl or whatever, right? Badly, sends her to the hospital, and her family is outraged, and they're talking about, because we're Arnheid's family, they're outraged, like, yo, terrible husband, he beat the girl, terrible boyfriend, he beat the girl, and y'all like, wait. Hey, don't ever forget though, he's a nice person. Remember, she don't gotta work. He's taking care of all the bills. All she gotta do is cook and clean, but look at the lifestyle she's in. They got a mansion. Consider all those good things that he did. And it's like, yo, shut up! He just beat his wife. She is in the hospital, clinging to dear life. We are going to go in on him today, and you need to suspend your defense for 24 hours, given what he just did. After, now y'all could do some consideration if you want. You guys can say, okay, I know everyone is mad. Do we really want to go through with the divorce? There was a prenup. What is she going to do if they're suddenly divorced? They have no kids. He don't got to pay alimony. There's no child support. Maybe we should move some crypto and siphon some funds out of his account and then leave him. He's a good guy. It doesn't seem like he's abusive all the time. I think we can sneakingly or safely do this behind his back and get her out of the situation, right? You see, there's a time and a place. That's where my frustration is. Because, hey, man, probably 2 episodes ago, we're going to get over it. Kettle apologizes. Who knows? I'm anime only. And we're going to move on. There's a time and a place. But, like, when y'all see a woman get beat up like this, and people are rightfully outraged, and then you are so bothered by the outrage that you got to comment down, I'm like, why? What is your motivation here? Why are you not outraged? Why are you not mad with us? That's where all of my frustration goes. Why are you not mad with us? So that's it. Now, to go right into the actual arguments, because it's been 5 minutes of me talking, I'm going to go right into the actual argument, and I got to bring up Snake at the end, because I've also defended Snake in the action. I can see that in the past. I can see that coming to bite me. Yo, all Arnheid wanted was to be free, okay? That's all she wanted, was to be free. And he beat her for that. And I would have felt better believe me or not, it's gonna really make y'all look at me funny, had beat her because 5 retainers died, right? Or something like that. And he beat the crap out of her because people lost their lives. Life for life. Back to the homie Snake, right? But from my understanding, Kettle didn't even beat this woman because of a life. He beat her only because she tried to leave. That's the part that I think stood out. She tried to leave after everything that I've given her. And that's the kind of stuff that I also see comments explaining. Y'all go read it. People are like, yo, all she had to do was, be a good slave and she wouldn't have I'm not exaggerating. All she had to do was be a good slave, behave, and he would have been nice to her and she wouldn't have got beat up. What? All she had to do was respectfully give up her freedom and continue being goodly oppressed, and she wouldn't have got beat up. That's what I'm hearing from people. That's the kind of stuff that, again, makes me look at you guys funny. Who is thinking this and thinking that this is okay? The next thing on that same argument, the only reason, actually there's a multiple connecting points, but slavery would not have been abolished if the slaves themselves didn't attempt to resist, get some, especially in the developed world, because slavery actually still exists in some capacity. So we're going to talk about in the developed world, that is. The only reason it was abolished is because slaves resisted, formed underground railroads. God damn it. Anyway, my 17% has taken over me. I heard Underground Railroad and Harriet Tubman. My 17% was like, those people free. Anyways, back to that 17%. We also needed allies of, let's just say it, for white people, all right? White people needed to come across some good black people who were trying to get free and be like, I think these niggas is cooking something. Let's help them be free and push forward their rights. That's what happened. But you needed to resist being a slave in the first place. Because if no one was trying to get out of slavery, right, to let these kind white people know that slavery is not all it cooked up to be, we would not have been freed. My 83% would have been in captivity still. They're trying to teach in Florida schools. I am not exaggerating, guys, because you follow the politics. There's teachers that say to kids in Florida, yeah, some of the slaves didn't have it so bad. They got free meals. They got to sleep on the plantation. They're trying to dampen the view of slavery so it does not seem as bad because we was getting meals. My 83% was getting meals, and they're trying to make that seem, nah, 17%, is this right? 17, 20, I'm 78. Hold on. 17, damn it, it's 20. I'm 23%. I'm 70. I'm 77%. 77%. 73%. I cannot figure this goddamn thing out on the goddamn video. I am stuck. Yo, 100 minus 17. 100 minus 10 is 90, 83. Yes. Okay. Damn it. Ah! Common Core math. Anyways, they're trying to dampen the feeling and tonality of slavery here in Florida. So that's an actual thing that even happened. So anyways, we needed to rebel in the first place to get this freedom. So that's why I reject the argument. All you had to do was accept your place and you wouldn't have gotten beat up. Yes. And then her entire bloodline is stuck into captivity. That's what happens if you live that way. I also said I was going to get over the Snake, so let's get over the Snake. I did defend Snake in the past video, and I still defend Snake in this video. Like Snake said, life for life. You killed my man, I'm going to take y'all out. That's what a warrior do, what have you. That's why I also said in the same video, if Kettle beat her because men died, I would have actually understood that, and I would have kindly also shut the F up. For his homies, equality, this girl gotta go, okay? But that's not why he hit her. A lot of motive and what's driving you comes into play. I'm going to say respectfully that you never hit a woman, right? But if you told me you hit a woman because you killed 5 of your friends, I'm not going to judge you. Let's just put it that way. So that's part of the thing with Snake. Now, Snake is not a party to whether or not you're free or not. I'm listening to Kettle. That's between you and Kettle. But if you kill my man, I'm going to kill you. Right? You trying to escape or none of that, that doesn't mean I'm going to kill you or probably beat you down, right? Remember, he saved Thorfinn when they were trying to beat him and maul him down, right? Kettle is not even about the action, just the idea of not wanting to be free because he thinks she loves him, right? Is the very concept that he has a problem with. So every time she has to lay down in bed and open her legs to this dude, he's basically R-wording her. He's R-wording her. She just wants to be free. And she wanted to return to her husband, which is a noble quality. Remember, she's married. It's not even like she was a single person that saw some other dude and wanted to go with him too. In fact, hear me out, I actually would have understood if, just his normal girl that he gave everything to, and she cheated on him with some other dude that she wanted to run away with, I would feel that outrage. I would feel that outrage. But she's a slave. She does not want to be with you. I think my headphones is cutting off. Yeah, man. So she was a slave. She never wanted to be with you in the first place. So then my other rationality is, is Kettle dumb then? He really thought she loved him? She obviously didn't have a choice in the matter. So there was never any real love or loyalty to begin with. So he's beating her over an idea that he believed, which could not have existed without her being enslaved to him, right? Because really, to be attached to the notion that she loved or would be loyal to him after him giving her everything is, here is your freedom. I am going to make you free. If you want to stay here on this farm, I'm going to give you all this stuff. You're going to have a great life. And then she chooses that. And then 3 years later, you find her cheating. Now be outraged, right? Because she was free to love you and your trust was violated. And now you're mad. But about this whole trust thing, right? You saw him being mad about it. There's no trust, right? Because she's not free to act on her own. She's not free to think on her own. See my problem? That's one of the reasons why in modern society, there's a lot of taboo against the boss going after anyone who works under them, right? Because how much of a choice do you have as an employee when your boss is coming on to you? If you say no, you get terminated, right? That's how I respect the boss, that if they love a girl so much, they quit. And come to them as a broke person and say, I wanted to court you as an equal and see if you're interested in me there. Now you got something. But if you're courting her from your position of authority, it's frowned upon because you never know if she really had a choice or not. And for all you ladies that it truly was your choice and you truly loved him or whatever, shout out to y'all. Actually, shout out to all of y'all because it was going to come off wrong. I'm just trying to say good for those who it was pure, because unfortunately it wasn't good for many other people. That's where I was trying to say. And the first word just didn't come off right. Anyways, even the men in Vinland Saga, right? That's another thing that's important. Because when people say, remember the writing of Vinland Saga, okay? Or remember the writing and remember the time period. Even the men realize or think to treat Arnheid better than anything else. Yes, Kettle's girl. Everybody knows that, right? But you even have characters like 3 episodes back when Arnheid was even allowed to see Gartner, the guy said, I can't say no to a woman. Okay? So you got Eidner literally willing to sacrifice his life over Einhard. Let's face it, ain't no one cares about Gartner, right? You got Thorfinn in on the same mission because between him, Einhard, and Einar, right? It is what it is. So everybody in this show is willing to give up everything, right? You have people willing to give up everything. You have people willing to compromise so Arnheid can have her way. She is built up in this show. heavily built up. And when she was beat, even the horses were freaking out. So this is the time, even from a writing's point of view, to be outraged with Kettle. This is that time. And then people are missing the boat to play devil's advocate. Now, for those that play devil's advocate just to be a good debater, respect to y'all. Because I do it sometimes too. Not this time because of what my values are. Anytime a woman's getting beat up like that, I don't need to hear about your time period. I don't need to listen to your excuse or whatever. I'm going to be outraged. Unless she was cheating on you, as you heard, or killed 5 of your men, as you also heard. Those are things that I understand. I'm keeping it real. I'm not going to cap. So now you guys can come at me and break down why I'm a hypocrite or what have you, but I'm not going to cap for the sake of an argument. When I want to win an argument, like some people do, and this is the problem with humanity as I'm ending the video, for the sake of winning an argument, people will exclude or cap and pretend that certain things aren't true just to defeat the other person. So now we have someone who won an argument, but now we cannot come to a common understanding, and now we cannot truly grow. That's why when I'm truly having a discussion, forget about arguing, I will also expose where I know I'm weak on, where I know I'm a hypocrite on, right? Because what it does is I'm just trying to get to truth. And I'm just trying to express how I feel. And how I feel doesn't always need to be right. But if I express my truth, including the bad, it also enables you as another person to utilize that to sway me or show me a different point of view. Because the objective shouldn't be to crush the other person's debate when we're trying to understand each other as humans. The purpose should be truly understanding each other and getting closer. And even if we disagree like we do on this topic, showing all our cards could be like, oh, that's why you disagree. That's why this topic's important to you. What to do with that information is widely different. For example, maybe my take would be wildly different if I had my exact same thought processes and lifestyle, and you just remove the fact that I'm black. Maybe that's the one thing in me. If you ask me a series of questions like, oh yeah, he's battled with that his whole history, his whole makeup, you know. He knew what his people went through, and he saw it happen again. And when he reads y'all defending it, he's like, oh, so if I was in that position, you'd want me to say yes, master, too. Because that very easily could have been me in the same exact position. In fact, that's my ancestry. Shout out to Haiti, the first island of the black empires. That was like, you know what? The French ain't even going to rule us. Kicked all of them out the island. And now they're still getting punished by Western powers. But that's another topic. Anyways, so that's just my thing. I actually am fairly confident that it has nothing to do personally with my race and with this topic. Because I often can put myself in other people's shoes regardless. Like I was just putting myself in Snake's shoes, going against Thorfinn for Gardner. So I know what my thing is. It's more probably in this topic that it's a woman. It's a woman. And I used to not be the most chivalrous person. Here it is. I've always been chivalrous, like, you know, always respected girls. I've always had a lot of girls friends. I love girls, man. I love women. But I used to think of the superiority complex of men, and that it has to be a man's world. I have to have a son to carry on my name. It was those things I battled with. Had a daughter, and it's like, I don't want more guys thinking the way I used to think. You know, that could suppress her ability to rise or have power in this world and truly be independent. So that's from my thought process. That kind of shifted my thought process in favor of girls a lot more. There's one thing to love women, right? It's another thing to make sure you're giving them the same equal opportunities as you. You know, you can love a lot of people and still hold back on their rights. So, you know, fast forward, here I am. You know, anytime I see women going through an issue, and I'm like, the only reason they're going through that issue is because they're a woman. If they're a man, then they would have have it better off. Then I will fight for that right. Because it could have been my daughter in that position. So actually, I just don't care about myself. I'm going to be all right. I think about my daughter. That's what fuels me on this topic, I think. If I didn't have her, that would be another story. We'll see. But I think that's it. Based on everything I know about myself. What's your truth? Anyways, Shout out to women's rights. Thanks for watching, man. I'm active on Twitter. I'm active on Instagram. I'm keeping it real with y'all. I'm not going to cap. Why? What do we get out of that? I want to hear what you guys think. Time step.